Hey, it's Lindsay, branch manager at Applied Mortgage. Thanks for tuning in to today's Applied Mortgage Community Show. I have Matt with me from Look Park, and we are going to talk about not only a little bit of Look Park history, but also one of the most highly anticipated summer events, the Look Park Summer Auction and Celebration. I'm probably not saying the name right, but it's always a good time. So Matt, thanks for being here. And do you want to just give us a little intro? Tell us a little bit about yourself for those that haven't met you. Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you, Lindsay, for having me on. Means a lot. And we're excited. And you did get the name. You got all the words right. Yeah, the Summer Celebration Auction at Look Park. And yes, my name is Matt LaCoille. I'm the development director here at Look Park. I'm relatively new to my role. I actually just started this past February. So I've been in my role for a few months now. But I'm a native to Western Massachusetts. I grew up in Ludlow, went to school at Western New England for my undergrad. And so Look Park and this community has been really an important part of my life growing up with my family, and moved around a little bit. I was in Maryland for a couple of years after school, New Hampshire for a couple of years as an assistant athletic director at a college. And then most recently, I was at a private school here in Western Massachusetts as an associate director of development. And I was excited to transition to this role as director of Look Park, again, to a place that I really enjoyed. And so far it's been busy. We're excited to kind of really open back up fully to the park that everyone knows and loves. And we're excited to get back to normal when it comes to things like the Summer Celebration Auction, this is the first time since 2019 that we are hosting it. And as you mentioned, it is a really popular event for us. We typically sell it out. It's anywhere between 200 to 250 people. And it's on June 29th. So it's coming up in just a few weeks. So I know we'll dive into lots about that. But yeah, in my role at Look Park, I'm the primary fundraiser. People may not know, but we are a nonprofit and we don't necessarily receive any taxpayer money from the town or the state. So my role is to work with the amazing people in this community to help keep this park beautiful and the special place that it is through private funding and through events and a whole bunch of different initiatives, as I said, to keep this park the amazing place that it is.
That's awesome. Well, we're glad that you chose to come back kind of to your roots and work here at the park. And yeah, tell us a little bit, because when we were speaking before, I was just kind of saying, I think a lot of people don't know that the park needs private funding too, and kind of the history of the park and how important it is to this area. I'll just say for myself, I feel like I'm coming full circle because grew up in the area, went to the park as a kid. Now I have two children of my own. One is a toddler, and to have a place to go is awesome. Just to run around and see all the different petting zoo and the swings and the slides. She loves it all, the splash pad. But all of those obviously take money to run. So yeah, what's kind of the breakdown? How does that all work?
Yeah, so Look Memorial Park, it's crazy to think we're almost at our 100th year celebration in a couple of years, so it's been around since the 1930s. Wow. It was a gift from a woman on behalf of her deceased husband, giving this land to the community to make an amazing park. And without getting too deep into the details of it, we are a traditional nonprofit, whereas some people may think of us as just a really nice community park, which we are. But we aren't a park typically like you would normally see in a town where we have the DPW or we have the local community taxes to kind of upkeep the things that you may see, like the tennis courts and the splash pad and a lot of the different attractions that we have. We are completely privately funded. And because of that, we rely on private donations, as well as kind of the couple different silos of revenue to keep our park running. We have our garden house here at Look Park, which, as many people know, we run a lot of weddings and big events and a whole bunch of different services for those in our community, businesses. We also have a stream of revenue when it comes to just park entry and season passes, just like any other kind of attraction. We do season passes, and then there's little fees for different things in the park, as well as my role, which is fundraising. And we've been fortunate to have a really great community a very generous community when it comes to fundraising. But it is surprising to a lot of people when I tell them, I said, yeah, we don't get any funding from town, state, or at the federal level for our park. So it's really individuals like myself and our board of trustees and our executive director, Jill, to go out and find community leaders and generous donors to be able to contribute to our park, whether it's on a yearly basis, just through our different spring and fall appeal, whether it's through things like our summer auction or a really popular event that we have in the wintertime that we're excited to bring back also, Santa's Trains, where the kids get to come and ride the train with Santa. Again, that'll be like the first time we're running that in a while. So those are big fundraisers for us, and we get a lot of business support, which is great. But then we also have a few different programs within fundraising, and not to bore anyone with it, but some really important things like planned giving. We've had some tremendous support from individuals who have put us, Look Memorial Park, in their will and bequested us money after they pass. And that has really done a great job of helping sustain the park for us, as well as corporate giving from really great businesses that want to be a part of what we do here. And then also just being able to, as an individual donor, give on a monthly basis to help with the grounds, the facilities, as well as just the kind of the overall cost of maintaining what really is a multi-million-dollar operation upkeep every single year.
Yeah. So lots of ways to participate. So whether you're just going to enjoy the park and paying that entry fee, or participating in one of the events that you have, or maybe renting either the garden house or a pavilion, something like that. The theater too, right, is another.
We have our Pines Theater too. Yeah, exactly. So the Pines Theater with our concert. And that's actually a really big priority coming up in the next few years is we have a Pines Theater Preservation Fund. Also, the Pines Theater needs a decent amount of money for just upgrades. And as we just had a few weeks ago, we had our first big concert in a while, and we have a big concert series through DSP shows. They bring in some really big acts to the Florence, Northampton community, and it was almost sold out, and a couple thousand people there. It was pretty cool. So there's a lot of different little things that we like to do.
Very versatile space. That's awesome. And then of course the direct planned giving or individual giving is important too. Yes, so let's talk about this event coming up on the 29th. So I'll tell you, the tickets that we have as a sponsor, I have my staff, I think, practically fighting over who's going to get to go. So we may need to get some more. Yeah. So tell us a little bit, what would people expect about the event?
Yeah, so the summer celebration auction, this year it's on June 29th. It's actually a couple weeks later than we've usually had it, just because we decided this year just to give us a little more time to get ready, as well as we wanted to let the kids get out of school in the area, give maybe some parents a little bit more free time, because as we know, the last couple of weeks of school are always a little crazy with field trips and field days and whatever else. So it's on June 29th. It's from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Though it ends at 9 p.m., it might even be extended if people just hang out like it usually does. It's presented by,
there's a bar, right?
Yeah, there's bars open, and bar I think will be open a little past that, but it's presented by a really good community friends at Tommy Car Auto Group. They have been really great in supporting the park for many years, and we're excited to bring them back in all of their dealerships. Awesome. So again, that was really big. But since this is the first time since 2019 that we've run this event, we look to kind of revamp things in a few different ways and kind of rethink about how we ran the auction. And part of that was really getting more sponsorship and getting more businesses involved, like Applied Mortgage and whatnot, even though Applied Mortgage has been really great at supporting the park long before I got here. But yeah, we have about 45 sponsors, which is really great at all different levels of support. And I'm very happy to say most of the businesses are bringing, like you mentioned, staff and crew to the park itself for the event. But also I want to give a shout out to Local Burger, Jeff Igneri, the owner of Local Burger. He is catering the entire event and he's donating the food, which is fantastic. And so when people walk in, they'll be able to, check in, get their bid number, get their, sign up and get all their information all set. And this year we have including 10 live auction items. And part of the live auction items that I'm excited about is we wanted to keep some of the travel experiences a little more local, just because People are still maybe a little weary of traveling, or they're not really planning some of these big plane ride excursions yet.
Right.
So we have a Cape Cod package where it's kind of like a overnight stay with a lot of really cool family fun things included in Cape Cod. We have a great New York City trip where, again, transportation's included, a lot of really nice spots to hit in New York. We have a great Boston trip that includes Celtics tickets for next year and Marriott stay and a couple, again, nice excursions. And then we also have a really nice, really cool Northampton getaway, kind of like a girls' night out, as we actually call it. It's actually a one-night stay for 4 girls at Downton Valley, which is here in Northampton. It's an all-woman resort kind of getaway here. Yeah. It's relatively new, and it's basically this mansion up on the top of a hill with beautiful views and a pool. And the 4 women would have the place rented out to themselves pretty much. And we threw in some like Eastside Grill gift cards and ice cream and kind of like, again, some local stuff. So if you want to book a night out, just you and the girls, you're able to do that. So we have all the items. Yeah, so we have all the items. We have 4 different tasting vendors, Building 8 Brewing, which is right here in town, as well as Iron Duke Brewing, Loophole Brewing, and Artifact, which is right here in town, Artifact Cider. And then we'll have a traditional wine pool where we have 75 bottles of wine to where you throw a ring toss. And depending on
those are fun.
Yeah, you get those. And then, as I said, Jeff Igneri's donated local burgers, so burgers and hot dogs and different snacks for all attendees. And it should definitely be a great time. It'll be jam-packed.
That's great. And that's this month, June 29th. And what's the best way to get tickets? On your website?
Yes, absolutely. So a couple ways. One, it's www.lookpark.org/auction. So pretty simple. It's actually, if you go on the Look Park website, lookpark.org, there's a banner on top. Excuse me. There's a banner on top that you can click, and you're able to go right directly to the page. You can check out all the sponsorship. If you actually want to donate an item, you're still able to. You can do that there, or you can just purchase your tickets. They're $25 online or $30 if you choose to buy them at the door.
Awesome.
And then you can also, if you'd like, you can call us and we can do it for you over the phone, or you can come into our offices at Look Park, in our administrative offices, and we can take care of it too.
Great. Go check out the park. Have a nice walk when it's such great weather that we've been having recently. And you can go meet Matt or the other team and buy your ticket. So you are still accepting some other raffle prizes, even though you have.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that, you reach out to folks over the last couple of months and they just say, yeah, I'll know exactly what I can give you in June. And it's like, okay, great.
Sure.
So we will likely take items for probably another week now, because it's just as simple as us pretty much putting it in the system and getting all squared away. But yeah, we still are accepting auction items, though it isn't a priority because we have kind of our good batch now. But really, we just want to get the community out. We want to get them coming out and bidding for the live items as well as kind of the smaller items. And again, the smaller items, if you will, we have a tremendous array of really good places to visit, experience packages to do different things around town. If you go on actually the auction website, you're able to see the entire list of every single item. So you can check it out. You can see who the donors were. So some of your favorite restaurants and businesses are likely on the list. So this would be a really
always an awesome, tremendous amount. As you said, sometimes it's almost too many items. It's hard to sort them all out. So it sounds like there's going to be some really great stuff this year. That's awesome. Now, other than the auction, of course, which is the main event coming up, anything else you want to highlight coming up later on in the year for the park?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, our big kind of motto this year is really kind of giving you back the summer that you remember. Because as we all know, the last couple of summers have been not typical, and they've been really hard for families and people in the community. And we've been fortunate at Look Park to be a place that people can go even during the pandemic.
Right.
And we've wanted to be there for our community, even though things like, certain things have been open in the park. You can at least, people were able to come and enjoy the park. So we want to let people know that, again, everything is open now. Our train, and again, this has been a big question, our train is almost open. We have to get connected to the state, and we have to go through this entire process.
I was scared to ask, so
it'll be open. Our goal is to have it by the end of this month, in June. So that's the goal. But again, fingers crossed. I will say that, again, with bringing things back, we're excited to have back this Wintertime is Santa's trains, like the summer auction. That's a really big deal. Kids
Great.
can come ride the train. It's a big family event over multiple days. So that will be back. And then in addition, we do have our entire concert series, which is a really popular thing. There's a lot of really big bands, big acts coming. Elvis Costello and Mary Chapin Carpenter and Indigo Girls. So it's a tremendous busy summer for the park. If you go on our website, lookpark.org, you can see all the events and a lot of the different things that we have coming back. The Scottish Festival in July. So there's a lot of different fun things happening.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much, Matt. I'm so excited for the auction. I'm so glad to have an update on what's going on. And you're totally right. The park has been such a versatile place, and even throughout the pandemic, you know, safe to be outside and so many different attractions. I'll definitely have to check out the train. My oldest will be very excited about that.
Of course.
Any final kind of parting other information, best way to check things out? You mentioned your website. Sounds like everything's really there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think our website is you know, a big place for information. I would say also for live updates, our Facebook page has a good amount of people that follow us. Our Facebook page is a great place for information, as well as our Instagram page. Again, a lot of updates go through that. But again, we're just excited to have the community back and involved, and we're excited to see you in the park. So if you haven't yet, grab your season pass. It's definitely worth it if you come, you know, a handful of times throughout the summer. And we're excited to see you guys at the auction and some of the different things we have going on.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Matt. Well, it was great to have you, and we'll see you at the auction.
Thank you so much, Lindsay.
That's a wrap. Thanks so much for tuning in to our Applied Mortgage Community Show. As always, if you have any mortgage-related questions, please contact our team at Applied Mortgage, 413-586-5626, or appliedmortgageteam.com. And if you want to be featured on one of our episodes, let me know. We'd love to have you.